Welcome to the Alertus webinar series. My name is Jamie Underwood, Director of Marketing Communications at Alertus Technologies. Today's session will provide an Alertus emergency mass notification system overview, including a look at one of our new innovative products, the Alertus mobile phone apps. We ask that you please hold all questions to the end of the webinar. However, feel free to type any questions in the chat box during the presentation, and we'll be sure to come back to those during Q&A at the end of the session. This webinar is being recorded. Please email marketing@alertus.com if you're interested in receiving presentation slides or video from today's webinar. I'd now like to turn it over to today's webinar presenter, Alertus's National Sales Director, Ryan Ockley.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Thank you for joining, and exciting time here at Alertus. We've got a new product launch with our mobile that we're going to talk a little bit about. You can see I added to the screen there. And then also a review for some of those of you that are new to the product, new to the solution, and looking for an Alertus overview. We'll also touch on that. So I'll go ahead and jump into the presentation overview. I'm going to touch just briefly on the Alertus background if you're new to Alertus. I'm going to go through the emergency notification challenges that our customers face that we help to solve. Also touch basically on codes and market demand. We're actually finding that with mass notification, customers are driving, customers, end users, people that are in your facilities are driving demand. Codes are really playing catch up. The Alertus system provides the capability for you to be adherent with codes and also keep up with the demand of those that are in your buildings and facilities. We'll do a quick overview of the solution and then also jump into Alertus Mobile. So we'll go through the apps of both the Dispatch app, which allows you to activate Alertus from anywhere, and also the Recipient app, which allows you to extend your notifications to smartphones to recipients receiving those notifications. And then we'll wrap up with a quick demo and Q&A. So quick overview of Alertus, our background. We've been around for about 12 years now. We're founded in 2002. That was actually precipitous for an event that occurred at University of Maryland where 2 students were killed in a tornado. The founders got together just before founding the company, and they needed a solution that could effectively notify people in an emergency and deliver a message within seconds, not minutes or hours, but within seconds so they can avoid loss of life. That started with what we're very well known for as our alert beacon, but grew out to a holistic approach, real net-centric, network-based mass notification system that allows you to touch any of your screens, endpoints, and devices within your network and utilize that network to get that communications out very quickly and efficiently. Since founding, we're on hundreds of college campuses, many military bases, large facilities, corporate, industrial, manufacturing, as well as healthcare. We're also installed at the U.S. Capitol for certain alerting requirements that will notify individuals of threats that are in the Capitol region. Lastly, we're headquartered in the D.C. area, so we keep close tabs on federal agencies that are like FEMA, that are coming out with standards and emergency notification, affecting both state, local, and commercial entities. So we keep good track of what's going on there on the macro level. So when it comes to your organization and issuing an emergency notification, you'll see we've got a lot of the pieces of the puzzle. You'll find that your organization has a lot of those pieces of puzzle in place, whether you've got text messaging, digital signage, TVs across campus, the ability to do a Facebook, social media, Twitter announcement, outdoor sirens, those kind of things. And you've got a lot of options. When you think about all these options, how do you activate those in an event of emergency, especially like a assailant on campus, which is, I guess, the new term for an active shooter. How do you get that out very quickly and efficiently to ensure that everyone's notified? When you've got those active shooters on campus and emergencies like tornadoes, you literally have minutes to get that notification out. How do you coordinate those, really looking at all those things? Do you have to call somebody to get on a microphone for your outdoor sirens or giant voice? Do you have to call the marketing department to post a Twitter and Facebook page? Do you have to call IT to take over your VoIP phones and your digital signage systems? What do you do for the website? Is that a webmaster you've got to get in contact with? So consolidating all these things down, as you can see, for a quick, easy activation is something that is a real goal of our customers. That activation, if you've run tests, and many of ours have, they've found that to activate every asset, it can take up to 30 minutes to coordinate those notifications. Again, those notifications that need to go out in seconds, that's not acceptable. Alertus provides the ability to network all these assets, activate them from a single point, be it a web interface, be it a panic button, or actually today we'll talk a little bit more about our mobile app, where you'll be able to activate that and also receive messaging from a mobile device, smartphone or tablet. So really, when customers look at this, they find that in order to activate everything, it takes quite a long time. So then that would mean that every update that needs to go out potentially could have delays or lag, creating a lot of problems in notifying people effectively on a campus. Some of the other challenges that our customers share with us, and I'm sure you see a few that affect you as well, is locations with no way to notify. A location that maybe doesn't have a PA system, doesn't have a fire evac system. Maybe you don't have any other notification modes or technologies, any digital signage, those kind of things. So Alertus provides the capability to notify, to retrofit a facility that doesn't have notification currently. And we can do that very cost effectively. Next, buildings that aren't staffed 24/7. As your building rely on somebody going and pushing a button at the front panel or front desk? Does it rely on somebody getting on a PA system? Does it rely on them activating and them having to be there? We've got customers K-12. There's buildings that, and also higher ed, there's buildings that aren't staffed 24/7. K-12, there's a lot of times events going on in the buildings related to rec council, those kind of things on the weekend when there is no administrator there. I think the same could be said by for a lot of the classroom buildings within a campus. There generally isn't somebody assigned 24/7 to monitor those. The next one was just very critical, is serving special needs individuals. People that are differently able need both an audio and visual notification to be able to receive alerts. So we're able to fulfill that, which also feeds in the codes, which we'll talk about just briefly in a little bit. The next one, loud environments. If you get over about 100 decibels in an environment, it's hard to listen or hear an announcement over PA, hard to hear certain events. So we can provide the visual aspect of notification, either through our desktop display, digital signage, LED marquees, and now with the mobile alert going to your mobile phone, providing a visual notification so that you're aware of a situation. This pertains a lot of times to our manufacturing environment. We've got colleges, technical colleges that have trades areas that have very loud environments where we need to fulfill unique solutions like that as well. Lastly, we've got there's other areas where cell phones aren't allowed. Within our DoD customers, this is very, very often the case within labs, within top secret facilities, those kind of things. Even within schools, a lot of teachers in locations, your grades will be docked if your phone goes off during during the class. So it's really important for areas that cell phones aren't allowed to be able to have a solution as well, and Alertus provides that capability to notify people absent having their phone, having a call or a text message being sent to them. And then lastly, if you've got any difficulty reaching visitors and contractors during an emergency, we see this with college campuses. You've got any number of visitors, parents on campus, contractors doing repairs to your buildings, those kind of things. Same with our healthcare facilities. You've got thousands of people in buildings that you're not aware of how to reach out and contact them. So you need a solution that Alertus can provide to be able to display the messages within the building very effectively to get everybody's attention, no matter whether they work for the organization or visiting the buildings. Next, just touching on the codes that affect, and there are many others across the country, but the predominant code across the country is NFPA, National Fire Protection Association. And there are guidelines for mass notification, which Alertus provides the ability to comply with those guidelines. So deploying Alertus will help you with that within your organization. The other one is Unified Facilities Criteria. This is mainly for the DoD. and it's very similar to NFPA, but it's just the equivalent on the DoD market. So they're very similar codes, but different in some ways. But really driving how you implement the mass notification, really what's driving the market and demand and for solutions like ours, and then also driving your building occupants to request and demand notification solutions, is that individuals now expect a certain level of safety when visiting a location or on the job. We saw this at the Navy Yard just down here near DC. When that incident occurred, there were people that were afraid to go back to that building. Can you imagine if your students, if your customers, if individuals didn't want to come back to your campus for any reason, the impact that would be? So it's really incumbent, and individuals that are coming to work in your facilities, that are visiting your facilities, are really looking for that level of safety that you can provide with deploying an Alertus solution. So to bring this all together, the three things that Alertus provides capabilities-wise is one, single point of activation, or actually unifying your activation capability so that one person is empowered to activate it, be it from a mobile phone, a panic button, a web interface, and get that message out to all notification assets. So you'll see there the easy button, providing that easy button to activate and bring together all these things. To integrate all those notification assets so that, as you see on the puzzle on the left, everything fits together. So when you send that notification out through the easy button, it goes out to all notification modes. And then lastly, we fill in the gaps with innovative alerting endpoints. And I'll get into this a little bit more, but we're able to retrofit facilities with alert beacons, with LED marquees, with other endpoints that we provide, with our text-to-speech, PA speakers, those kind of things, to be able to fill in the gaps very cost-effectively for buildings that you have on campus that maybe have no alerting or have limited coverage. So three real key areas that we help you with. And this slide I'll touch on just briefly as well. Those that have joined us for previous webinars know this slide well. And these are the endpoints that we can activate. We've got the ability to activate either from a web interface, from a panic button, from our mobile app, or even from a third party like our text and email partners, or also automated through our threat washer, where we can connect to NOAA and automatically display threat warnings like tornado warnings, heat advisories, those kind of things that would potentially affect your campus. Once we've got that message in and we're displaying that or sending that out, we can send it over both wired and wireless networks, Wi-Fi networks for buildings that are difficult to wire up, Ethernet, power over Ethernet's predominant choice for customers. That's a one drop from your local data closet, and that provides both power and communication to devices. So multiple myriad ways to get that notification out. And then the devices we can activate. The alert beacon, which flashes sounds, gets your attention and displays a message. That the text you have a part of your notification displays on that beacon. These have been very effective. Even though individuals have never seen a beacon before, when this goes off, sounding at 100 decibels, flashing red, instinctively people are drawn to it and will read that message and react accordingly. If you've got a large area, a assembly area, classroom, large classroom, those kind of things, we also provide a LED marquee option to be able to display that message in a larger form factor. And then also to the left of that, there's panic button capabilities. So anywhere you've got an Alertus solution deployed, you can set up panic buttons that will deploy either a lockdown scenario, a notification back to your safety and security department to respond. You've got any number of options for panic buttons to set those up so that you can either notify people immediately or request assistance as well. Beyond that, we can use a lot of your existing assets as well, like the desktop computer PCs. You may have hundreds, maybe thousands, tens of thousands. We serve organizations like Johns Hopkins University that has 20,000 plus desktops. We were able to turn those assets you already have into emergency alerting endpoints, take over those screens, and display that message. Similarly, with digital signage, we can take over those. That's for multi-vendor. We're able to take over any digital signage system through a myriad of different ways of targeting through the web, through that network, So if you've got multiple vendors across campus, we can unify those and give you the ability to activate those along with everything else. Similarly, as digital signage, cable TV, we're able to interface with cable TV systems, head-end units, and take over their systems very similarly to an emergency broadcast alert, which we're all familiar with from federal sources, but give you the ability to control that screen takeover in cable TV as well is provided with the Alertus system. You'll see a little bit further down there, we can also take over the VoIP phones, Cisco, Avaya, and ShoreTel. We're able to take over those screens, display that message in text, and also provide an audible tone. Lastly, we can also interface with audible or audio systems. This is either existing PA systems where we can plug into those. Anything basically that you can plug into a microphone, we can plug into with the Alertus system and display and have that text spoken over the PA system using innovative text-to-speech. That'll be over PA systems. We've also integrated that with the fire alarm systems that have voice capabilities. We've also triggered the amber strobes or strobes that are set up for alerting within the fire panel. And then also we can optimize that text-to-speech for your giant voice. These large speakers that are outdoor, you have to have the speech for those outdoor speakers has to be slowed down, the pauses put in the appropriate places. And we're able to optimize our text-to-speech for interfacing with giant voice to put in those appropriate pauses so that your text-to-speech, your announcement over giant voice is the most intelligible possible. Also, you're not worried about human error, somebody getting on a microphone, having to run somebody to the microphone, having them talk too fast, having them talk too high a volume, any of those user errors that reduce the ability for people to intelligibly hear that message. Alertus is able to solve that and unify that, so you could if you've got 10 PA systems across campus, with a touch button you could activate those. And I'll show that during our demo. We've got text-to-speech here in our demo lab, and that'll activate from a mobile app, as you'll see. So in summary, the Alertus system can receive those messages either from automated sources from our API partners that are text and email service providers, can be activated within our user interface directly, and or activated automatically through sources like NOAA and other web-based feeds. So we get that message, we distribute it through the network, both wired and wireless, to all our myriad of endpoints to bring that all together for a quick, easy activation on your part. Allow you to focus on the emergency and know that the communications have gone out effectively to everybody within your campuses. So to kind of shift gears and jump into our new announcement, which is our Alertus Mobile, we've got two parts to that. We've got both a mobile activation, which allows individuals that are authorized to activate to dispatch a message, and then we've also got our recipient app. This allows individuals that download the app or have that app available to them to receive the message that you're sending. It provides just another mode to be able to get to that through their data plan as a push notification. So there's two options there. Those that are authorized within your system have access to the dispatcher app, and then those that you want to receive push notifications would receive that app and authorized as well, or connect depending on your requirements for security. So they would be able to receive that as well. So to go in a little bit more into the dispatcher app, which is for those of you that are activating this, anybody that's authorized within the system to activate either through our web browser or other means can also activate via the dispatcher app. The same username and password for the web browser is used on the dispatcher app. And then from there, you're able to launch activations, alerts for all of our system, just as if you were sitting at a computer, sitting in front of a desktop and activating those systems. So there's really no feature parity between the two. Key features on that Alertus dispatcher app is, one, it's fully integrated with the Alertus suite of mass notifications. So as I mentioned, you send out a intruder alert on your iPhone or Android, and that alert will go out just as if you were sitting in front of a web browser sending that alert out. Similarly, it's supported on all Apple and Android devices, so any tablets and or smartphones. So you've got the option to activate from either. The mobile phone app activation or dispatcher app allows you to activate both presets. You can also go in and customize that text on the fly. So if the message needs additional granularity, add the building name, add a little bit more information. You can do that on the fly from the mobile phone, and still leveraging those preset notifications that you've put together. And then finally, the dispatcher app provides reports on who received, who acknowledged that message. Also, you're able to view active alerts as they are active on the system. So if there's multiple people that have the ability to dispatch apps, you can check active alerts and see that there are no active alerts before you issue that alert. So really a full set of features for our mobile dispatch app. Here's some quick screenshots of that dispatch app. The screen from your left is once you're logged in, you'll immediately see that. The key is the quickest way to get an activation out is your preset activation. You can bring up this. You'll see this menu in the second screen that displays all the presets that you've got loaded in your system. And these presets will be displayed based upon your user login and credentials. So if you're set up to only activate certain presets and only view those in the web browser, you'll only view those in your mobile app. So the same user restrictions apply to your mobile app. If you've got full access, as in this case, you're able to see full access of all the presets. Select the one that most fits the emergency. I've got the all clear here. You'll be presented with the text, the ability to activate. You can pull up and look at other settings to ensure that the notification is going to the appropriate devices and locations within your campus. But the key one is you can modify that text. You can add something about the emergency. The assailant has been apprehended if it's an active shooter or something like that. And then you can hit activate directly from your user interface on either a tablet or a smartphone. So you can activate that from the field, which is critical because you could be responding to that message and then still carry out the functions of communicating effectively with your campus as well. The second part is the Alertus recipient app. This notifies students, faculty, personnel, doctors, employees, you name it, within the campus that have downloaded the recipient app. It's very simple to set up to encourage user adoption, download, and configuration. We want to make sure that if somebody takes it upon themselves to download that app, that it's easy to set that up. And then finally, as I mentioned, that Alertus recipient app also includes the ability to acknowledge the message and confirm receipt of that alert as well. Key features of the Alertus recipient app include the ability to send that to both tablets and phones, easy install and sign-up process so that it fits your organization's needs. You can make it as simple as the ability to download the app and just enter the web address for your organization, and they will receive messages. You can also add different additional layers of notification or of authentication on that if you want to lock down your notification capabilities by adding email address authentication. You can even layer a PIN code that would be required for the individual to sign up for those or subscribe to those alerts. And then we can also integrate with other systems to make sure that they're being authenticated appropriately. So depending on whether you're a very open organization where you're not as concerned about those alerts going out to parents, students, other individuals, you can keep it very simple. If you're very concerned with making sure that the users that are receiving your alerts are very targeted, have been authenticated, are the appropriate individuals for your organization, you can add those layers of security to ensure that the people you want to get those messages are getting those messages. This one's very basic to start. You'll see you'll get a push notification. You'll see that whether you're logged into your phone or not. We've all gotten these for different various apps. When you log into your phone, you'll then immediately be presented with the screen, logged into the app, and you'll be presented with the notification. It'll say alert message, and your option will be to confirm from there. So it's very simple, very straightforward. So even if a user on your system has never seen one of these, they'll very quickly see that notification and be able to understand it, read it, and confirm that without much user training or upfront notification or training. So the key there is you can put this out there very quickly, efficiently, and get people to react. Now, if it is the first time seeing it, they'll see that, they'll see an alert, they'll start to look around campus, their surroundings, to figure out, okay, what is this alert? Are people reacting? Well, with the full Alertus suite of solutions, you'll also be standing there on campus. You'll see a digital signage go off. You'll hear a siren going off. You'll hear the text-to-speech going out over the PA with the exact same messages going over that push application. So in addition to receiving that away from campus, they'll also be getting other confirmations around campus that there is an emergency in place if they're immediately located where the emergency is occurring. So at that point, I'd like to shift gears and like to include a demo of our system. With that, I showed some of the screenshots, so I don't unfortunately have the ability to display my phone, but I'll go ahead and log in to our user interface. Oops. I'll go ahead and log into our user interface. Looks like I didn't have the correct password. So we've got that open, so you can see active alerts when they are received and they're activated in the system. So if you view it down towards the bottom, there are no active alerts on our demo system at this point in time. So what I want to do is, at this point, I'll bring up a screenshot of our system. I've got my mobile phone app. I'll go ahead and go in here. I'll log in. I've got mine set up so that not everybody can just grab my phone. I've got a password, so I'll go ahead and enter the password. All right. I'll select a preset activation, and the one that I want to use is we've got an active intruder. So I'm going to go ahead and hit select. The text comes up. I can modify that if I wanted to. I want to go ahead and send it as is, so I'm going to go ahead and hit activate. So I've gone ahead and activated it. You'll get confirmation that it's been activated. You'll see on the web interface that it's been activated as well. And you'll see the devices going off, anything from our alert beacons, our desktops, our VoIP phones, our LED marquee. And then again, you'll hear the text-to-speech, which will announce that to our indoor PA system. I'll go ahead and silence some of the devices.
A facility-wide intruder lockdown has been issued. Follow standard shelter-in-place procedures. More information to follow.
So you'll see that the activation from mobile was able to activate the message through all the Alertus endpoints, just as if I was in the web interface. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that alert. I could either cancel that on the web interface,
has been issued.
or I could cancel that from my mobile app as well, because I've got a status of an active message and can go in there and cancel that. So that gives you a overview of the Alertus system activation, and then also our Alertus mobile app, which is a great new addition, another valuable mode for notifying those that are on campus and now even off campus. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn the presentation back over to Jamie to cover a couple of additional topics, and then open up the session for question and answer. Jamie?
Thanks, Ryan. So we'd like to open up the floor for questions. If you would, go ahead and type those into your